Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Wherever you are in the world, I hope that you are doing good. I know it's a bit of a crazy world and I have a lot to say about it. I didn't want to do a makeup video because I figured that no one is really caring about things like that at the moment. So instead of doing like a makeup video, I just thought I just sit down, do my daily quarantine look, like I just do my hair, do a little bit of makeup, and I just talk about things that I think are important. So yeah, if you want to stick around, then definitely do, and if you think it's going to be boring, then you might be right and you are free to just skip along. First thing what I do is I hop in the shower. I have been trying to train my hair not to wash it every day anymore because I thought this is the moment to walk around with greasy hair, because normally I wash my hair every single day. If it was up to me, I would probably wash it twice, but that is a bit crazy. So I'm trying to train my hair to like wash it once, twice every week. If this wasn't quarantine, I would probably never ever do that, because there's nothing I hate more in the world than having greasy hair. So I figured this is the moment to do it. So now I could live, like I could actually not wash it for 4 days, and I'm so proud. This is like, I washed it this morning and I didn't wash it for 4 days. And for some reason, my hair has never looked better. It gives me a reason to do my hair because I just started doing it. It still looks a bit greasy, so I have to do something with my hair to make it look nice. So I'm actually doing things with my hair, and my hair actually looks good. Because normally I would just wash it, dry it, and just live my life. I'm just going to dry my hair with a blow dryer real quick, and then I'll be back, and I'm going to curl my hair with a straightener because it's what I'm obsessed with lately. I'm finally know how to do it and I really like it. So yeah, be right back. Before I do my hair, I always like to start with skincare, because then when I do my hair, it just gives my skin time to let all the creams like go into my skin, and it just gives my skin the time to prep for my makeup. Things I have been loving and things that has been saving my skin lately is the products that I'm going to show you. So basically products that I have been using for the past few months and that are really helping me. The only positive thing about lockdown for me is my skin, because my skin is literally coming to life. I don't know why. It looks really good. I've been in the sun a few days because we were really lucky in Holland. Like, the weather was absolutely insane for the past few weeks. So I've tried to grab every little sun ray I could get. So yeah, my skin is good, and there's definitely a few products that really helped me along the way. I have been using the Bare Minimals Poreless toner. Really good. I nearly finished the bottle, as you can see, so I used it almost every single day. So I like to start with a toner. I have been using a lot of reusable cotton pads, but they're all in the washing machine right now. So right now I have these ones, which are not great for the environment, but they're all dirty and I can't use them. So I just pop a little bit on the cotton pads, swipe it along the face, and then it just takes off any leftover dirt you may have on your skin. And I try to do this every morning and every evening, just to really get that skin squeaky clean. And don't forget your neck, because I always bring my powders towards my neck. And you can see that there's still quite some dirt on there, even though I just had a shower and double cleansed my face in the shower. There's still dirt on the cotton pad, so always make sure to use a toner and to double cleanse. Then I like to go in with some creams that I've been really loving. I use this Vichy serum, which is the Aqualia Thermal Serum. Really like it. I feel lately I apply my skincare almost like a massage on my face. I like, first I apply everywhere, and then I like slap it into the face, which probably doesn't look really charming on camera, but I feel like if I tap it in the face like that, it really sinks in Maybe it's just all in my head and maybe I just look like an idiot doing it, but I feel like it's really been helping me. And like upwards to give your cheekbones a little definition. Then I like to go in with this one. I love this one. It's also from Vichy. It's the Aqualia Thermal Gel Cream. So I use this after my serum and I use quite a bit because my skin has definitely been a bit dry the past few weeks. I like to warm it up in my hands and then massage it into the skin. And now it's in my hair. Blah. And again, give it a little pat. Eye cream, because I never go without eye cream. My eyes, my under eye area is like, I'm really obsessed with my under eye area. If some people like rub their eyes and rub their under eye area, it makes me wanna cry. I'm obsessed with my under eye area. And if you're not using eye cream, then you probably should. Lip balm, I always apply lip balm. So this lip balm is from Lancome. It's called the Absolute Precious Cells. It's one of those lip balms that I have for ages. I always lose it and I always find it. You know what I mean? Like you have one lip balm, you have it for literally 1.5 years, you always lose it and it always just, it just appears again. This is one of them. The other day I was looking it up on the internet because I was making a video. And as I looked it up, I came to realize that this lip balm is $50. $50! I was blown away. First off, I got it as a gift from Lancome. So I'm really grateful to have received it as a gift. But when I saw it was $50, I just started laughing. Because to be honest, I don't know anyone in the world who would spend $50 on a lip balm. I personally wouldn't. It's really good, don't get me wrong, it's really good. But I probably would not buy it myself for $50. Don't get me wrong, it was a great gift and I love it. But I also really like Carmex and Carmex is £3. The last few months in lockdown, I have tried to force myself to use these Rapid Lash brow and eyelash serums. I feel like for my brows it's definitely really working because my brows look really thick lately. So every morning and every evening I try to apply a little bit on my brows and on my lashes. I also have been seeing a difference in my lashes, but I feel it takes a lot longer with lashes. I think it's a minimum of 60 days before you start seeing a difference. So I keep applying and I definitely see that they're a little bit longer, but I wouldn't say drastically yet. But for my brows, I definitely feel like they are a lot thicker. So I really like that. The eye serum, the lash serum, I just apply on my lash line. You should probably use a mirror if you do this. But I don't have it with me, which is bizarre because I should have at least 60 mirrors on my table. And also on my lower lashes. I've been seeing the most difference on my lower lashes because they're really long. Then something that also has been saving my skin is the U10 CBD tanning water. This is the one that's in collaboration with Jamie Genevieve. This stuff is absolutely insane. Like whatever you see on the internet, you should believe it because it's incredible. It's full with antibacterial, so it really helped clearing up my acne. It gave me an amazing tan. It's insane. I don't know what's in there. Maybe it's the CBD, the lavender, but it's been literally a miracle for my skin. This is the 50% darker one. I prefer the normal one because I like to use it every day as a skincare routine kind of step. And the 50% darker one is a bit too dark for me to use every single day. But what I do is I just spray it all over. You don't have to rub it in. You don't have to blend it out. You just spray it on your face and that's it. So my skin is done. I let all the products sink into my skin and then in the meantime I'm going to do my hair. I like to use a hair straightener and while I do my hair I'm just going to talk about a few things along the way. I asked on Instagram a few questions So I will answer a few of those, and I will also just talk about some general life stuff. Straightener I use is from Luxury for Princess. It's a really nice straightener. So first subjects that I want to talk about is Corona, because obviously, it has been the main subject for the whole entire world at this moment. And I just wanted to tell you my update on it, and how I feel about everything and how I deal with it. First off, if you're watching and you're struggling because of the whole situation, and I just want to let you know that whatever is going on, I really hope that things turn better for you as soon as possible. And I am thinking of you, and I'm sending you lots of positive love and energy. And I know that there are a lot of people out there who are very much affected by this, and it's absolutely horrible. I must say that I am lucky enough that it hasn't affected my family or people I know or me in any, major ways. I definitely, notice a few things, work-wise that basically stopped for me. Luckily, I did manage to save some money past year, so I'm gonna be fine. My family is still working, so they're all fine. So we are all healthy, we're all safe, we all have a roof above our heads, and that for me is the most important. Obviously, it's not nice that, we cannot leave the house and we can't see each other, but as long as we're healthy and we're okay, then that's all that matters. I am currently in Holland, and I must say that things in Holland, they aren't too bad, to be honest. Like, most of the things are pretty much closed, but we're still allowed to leave the house as long as it's, for a good reason. But you're allowed to go on walks, you're allowed to, even shops are still open, but if you go to the shops right now, then I don't think that's a great idea. Like, you need to get your essentials, but don't go to Primark, for no reasons. So yeah, in Holland, it's not as crazy. They basically said to the people, use your common sense, and hopefully that should be enough instead of like locking us down. So that's what we've been doing. And most people, they tend to use their common sense, but I've definitely seen a lot of people out there who I think, maybe you should not go to the park with your friends. I know you're keeping your distance and you're being safe, but if one person does it, then everyone else does it, and there's probably a lot of people out there who are not using their common sense. So yeah, it's a bit double. Like, it's definitely nice that we still have that freedom, but sometimes I think that people do take the piss a little bit. So yeah, I'm currently in Holland because before this all went down, I went to Netherlands to see my family because my friend was getting a baby and I really wanted to see her baby. So it was the period where it wasn't that serious yet, and people were saying, oh, it's just like the flu, it's nothing crazy. So I didn't really think much of it, and I just went to see my family. And from that moment, it kind of went downhill really quickly. And I came to a point where people say, maybe you should go home because maybe by the end of the month you're not allowed to travel anymore. And I thought, that it probably wouldn't not get to that. Like, I thought they were never going to close those borders. I could not. I thought, I would be able to fly home in 2 weeks as well. And about 3 days later, they closed all the borders. So now I'm kind of stuck here with Lilo, while Terry is in England. So it's a bit shit because I am here since the end of February and it's May now. So we've been apart for 3 months. There's not really a lot you can do about it. And of course I miss him, obviously. So yeah, now I'm just here at my sister's house. Luckily I have, my stuff with me. I have a lot of stuff here as well because I lived here a few months last year. So I'm definitely, in good hands, and it's nice to be with my family. But it's been 3 months now, and I definitely feel like I'm ready to go home now. Terry's there all alone. He's been working in a hospital because he wanted to be a nurse. So right before Corona, he decided to work in a hospital to get some experience. and now he's out there in the hospital while there is a pandemic. So I feel bad that I'm not out there to help him out with food and with the house. And I feel bad that he is missing me and Lilo. It's a bit hard, so that's, but like I said, we're both healthy, and that's the only thing that matters. Of course, we talked about me coming back, but it's been a bit risky because there's a big chance that if I would travel to England now, that they would decline me at the border. And I don't really fancy going on a boat for 10 hours, arriving in England, and they say, nah. I even tried to contact them to see if I was able to get back. And their reply was, it was not a yes or a no, but it was basically, they said to me, you should think for yourself if your reason is essential enough. So basically, when you're a kid and they say to you, you should sit there and just think for yourself what you did wrong. That's how it feels for me. So I'm not going to risk it. And until things get better and until we kind of had a green light that I am, allowed to return, then I will return. And for now, we just have to do FaceTime dates. Tonight we're going to have a FaceTime dinner. So we're just trying to make the best out of it. It's annoying because there's a lot of series that we're watching together and we cannot watch them now. Like Casa de Papel, Ozark. We was watching New Amsterdam together. Of course, there's so much misery that the disease brings. But at the same time, I also feel like the planet is getting a little break from humans, and I think that's a good thing. I definitely think that the planet needed a little break from us. I mean, there's so many positive effects, and I hope that after this whole thing, people see the effects that we humans have on the planet, and hopefully we can learn something from it, and go from there, So I'm trying to hold on to this. I am a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. Even something terrible like this, I still feel like it happens for a reason. Maybe not the reason that we think it is, but, a reason. Not only environment, but I also feel like humans have a bit more of a sense what's actually important nowadays. Because out of all the things we miss, I feel like we realize that we miss the social things. We miss the love. Along the way, we all kind of lost it in our little digital world where everything was, there. And I feel now that we are being limited to basically nothing. I feel like we start to realize what's important again. For example, suddenly everyone wants to be outside again. And I feel before all of this, everyone was just stuck inside on their phones, watching TV. And now they're not allowed to go outside. I feel like now people realize how important these things are. I feel people are nicer to each other. They appreciate each other more. So even though all the misery and all the horrible things and, people losing their family, losing their jobs, losing their homes, I understand the misery of it all, don't get me wrong. But I also feel like hopefully we can leave this crisis with some positive ways. And that's all I want to say about it, because it is driving me mad. And it just blows my mind how there's no other news on the TV now. There must be so many things that are happening right now that we do not know anything about because of Corona. And I definitely think that. So this is my hair. I'm just going to let that set a bit. I don't really do any products in there. I might spray a bit of hairspray in there, but nothing crazy. Afterwards, I just like to give it a little brush through, and then it just gives me a nice natural curl. I'm going to do my face. I try to avoid as much makeup as I can, because I feel like now is the time to, let your skin breathe and, take care of your hair. I mean, I work from home and I always work from home. So to be honest, it's not really a major difference for me, as I never really left the house anyway. But I also don't really feel like filming because of everything was going on. So I haven't really been filming that much. So I've definitely been giving my skin a little break. Like, I wasn't feeling filming at all. And I feel like lockdown has definitely messed up Instagram and YouTube, like the algorithms. I feel like every single person in the whole universe is currently on Instagram. And I feel like it's definitely been affecting my Instagram in a bad way. Because I feel there's so much content. It's like content overload. Every single person is suddenly making videos and, you know, posting things. And when I post a video, I feel like it literally just disappears into nowhere. And it feels like a bit of a waste of time and videos. I feel like if I would post a video in a normal time, then a lot more people would have seen it. And it's definitely a bit frustrating if working is the only thing you could basically still do and your work is going a bit shit. So I have been avoiding foundation mainly. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of concealer just on some areas that have like acne scars, because end of the day I do feel a lot better when I actually do something to myself and I look a bit presentable. It makes me feel more motivated. It makes me feel like I have my life together, even though I do not have my life together at all. I know everyone's been saying it. It's not a productivity contest, but I definitely feel like it has been. And I feel like so much pressure to, you know, this is the time everyone is at home and you should be creating as much content as you can. And, you know, it's definitely, I feel it's been definitely mentally a little bit hard on me. Been trying to stay positive and trying to stay productive, but I have been feeling not productive at all, like the least productive, which is strange because for me, like I said, nothing really changed. I always been at home, but now that everyone is at home and everyone, you know, oh, you should do this and you should do that, and you know, this is the time to do this, it's been giving me stress, and it's been making me feeling that I should do as much as I can, but I just don't have that motivation. And then when I don't do it, I feel guilty that I haven't done anything. So I've been trying to feel okay with this all. I've been trying to get a little bit of a routine. Like, I started to do some workouts in the mornings. I did this like 30-day ab challenge, and every day I did like 100 abs. And it definitely made me feel a lot better. But, you know, there were still days that I had like zero energy and I just didn't do it then. And you know, I didn't feel... It's strange, like, even though I know it's not a productivity contest, like, it's now currently May. We're 5 months in the year, and I felt like I haven't achieved anything. And that, like, I'm a major midlife crisis person, and I feel like every day that goes by is another day that we do not have. And I'm very aware of the fact that we die soon. So I feel like 5 months in and they're wasted. Don't know, I'm not feeling it. So yeah, that is the current situation. Then I had a question asking, when is there a baby coming? And that is a really good question. Again, a lot of this with the answer has to do with how I feel about life. And hopefully I am able to get a baby, of course. Like, I always wanted to have a baby. I always saw myself, you know, having a family and having 2 kids. Like, that's definitely something I always wanted. Because I felt like I really wanted to know how it feels like to be a mother and to have a baby and to be pregnant. Like, I felt like it was part of my life that I needed to go through as a woman. I definitely have been starting to feel a bit different about it. I'm 27 now and I'm not ready at all. And I know you are never ready to have a baby, but I feel at this point I am mentally not there yet. And if it happens, it happens and it will be amazing. But I definitely want to be an old mom if possible. I know you cannot choose it, but if in a few years I'm still capable and I feel like a bit better about my myself and a bit more there, then hopefully then Terry and me will be having a baby. But I feel right now like I feel like I've always been a bit behind mentally in my head, and at this point I feel a bit too selfish to have a baby. Like there's still too many things that I would like to do and achieve, and I know you can still do those things when you have a baby, but I know it gets a lot harder. And I feel at this point I'm too selfish to have a baby, because yeah, I just feel like there's just too much still that I would like to do in this life. And again, like I said, like I'm very aware of that we only have one life, and I feel like if I don't do them now, then they might never happen. I want to have my life sorted a bit, you know? So no babies just yet. I have Lilo, and Lilo is literally like my baby, and people probably think that I am a crazy dog mother, but at this point there's nothing in the world I love more than Lilo. How's my nose piercing? My nose piercing is fine. It took me almost a year for my nose piercing to heal, because I've done it last year in March, I think, or April, and it's finally almost fine. Like I still have little lumps on there sometimes, like when I hit it accidentally or when my clothes get stuck, but most of the time it's fine. Another question I saw is about me being vegan. I have been vegan since January, when it was veganuary. I went from, I eat everything like my whole entire life, and then I turned out to, like I started thinking about what I was eating, and when I always knew obviously we was eating animals, but I never looked at my food thinking, oh, I'm eating a chicken tonight, it was just food. And suddenly I was very aware of what I was eating, and I just couldn't eat anymore. I watched a few documentaries, and I saw how, everything works and how things are done in this world. And that was the last time I had meat. I always said to myself when I was younger and people was talking about documentaries, I always said I do not want to see that, because I just knew that if I saw it, that I didn't want to eat it anymore. But at one point, I came to the stage that I wanted to know what was happening and how it works. And when I saw that, I didn't want it anymore. So then in January, Terry said, why are we not going to try to do the veganary thing? So it was actually his idea. And I always thought about it, but I always thought that I could never live without cheese. Like cheese was my favorite thing in the world. And especially when I started cutting out meat, I basically replaced everything with cheese. I think that's what every vegetarian does. At first you just replace everything with cheese. And I became obsessed with cheese. I had cheese in the morning, in lunch, evening. Every single meal I had included cheese. So, I definitely said, okay, let's do this. But I wasn't sure if I was able to do it. And to be honest, it has been amazing. Like, I haven't struggled a day with it. I vlogged every single thing, every meal, every process, but then my phone died and I lost all the footage. So if you was waiting for that video, then I'm sorry, but it's not gonna happen anymore. But it's May now, so I'm 5 months in. I've been vegan for nearly 90% of the time. There has been a few days where, I had a pizza and there was cheese on it, and I just thought, you know what, I'm too tired tonight to even think about what am I gonna make. But yeah, 90%. I'm trying to be aware as much as I can. And the biggest change I saw instantly is like my energy levels. My energy levels went up 100%. Like I feel so much more awake. I feel so much better. Like really quick, within 2 weeks. Like normally, like 7 o'clock in the evening, I could literally close my eyes and fall asleep. I was that tired by the end of the day, and now I feel like I could be up till, you know, whatever, and I just feel so fresh. Like I feel like a normal person. Even in the mornings, like it took me so long to get started. Like I would wake up and I feel so tired for, you know, such a long time, and like groggy, and it took me like ages to wake up, like physically and mentally. And now 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever, like I'm up and I'm up. Like there's no more, I don't know, I can't explain it. I'm just like, my energy went up loads. My skin within 2 weeks has literally turned around. Like my skin has never ever been better. And I definitely think in this case for me it was a dairy, because like I said, when I cut out meats, I just replaced with cheese. So my dairy was like up here, and going vegan within 2 weeks, my skin was like all gone. Like my whole texture, my pores, my acne. Of course I still have the bad days here and there, but I definitely think going vegan and seeing what it does to my energy levels and to my skin, and I'm not missing anything. Like I feel a lot better with what I'm doing and how it's helping the world. And I know that sounds very cliche, and I know that one vegan cannot change the world, like definitely not. But I definitely feel there is being a shift in the world, and people starting to understand and know the things behind the meat and dairy industry. And even if people are more aware of what they're eating, even that is good, you know. I'm not one of those people who, you know, would preach for everyone to be vegan. Like everyone should do what they want. And if my sister is making food and I smell bacon, I still think, oh, that smells nice, you know. Or when she's making a pasta and she's, you know, making some minced meat. So I didn't stop eating it because I didn't like it. And like I still love the smell, and I understand why people eat it. Like, don't get me wrong. But I just don't want to eat it anymore. Using some fake freckles to make this look more like natural. I used the Maybelline Tattoo Brow, and I just let that dry for 10 minutes, and then I scrape it off with a clean spoolie. My battery died and my freckles dried. So what I did is I grabbed a little spoolie and I just brushed them off like this, and then you just have, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, just really natural looking freckles. And sometimes I apply them too much, and then you just get a little remover and you just brush off, and they just look natural, and they stay for about 2 days. And I just really like it because it makes every look very natural. Like it just looks like this is my normal face, except for the eyebrows and the concealer and the fake freckles. But in these days, like I feel like I have nothing on my face, but I do. I feel ready for the day, even though it's already almost 4 o'clock. But yeah, this is my quarantine get ready, and I just get a brush and I brush out those curls to have a natural looking bit of wave in your hair. So I hope you enjoyed this little talking get ready with me. So the subjects I talk about may not be very, you know, glamorous or crazy, but yeah, I still hope that you enjoy chatting with me. For now, I just want to say, oh, look at Lilo sleeping. Lilo's sleeping. She needs to go out. Like, she needs to go out now. Baby Lilo. Hi, girlies. She's ignoring me. Or she's sleeping. You know what I do sometimes? Like, sometimes she's sleeping so peaceful that I think she's dead. And I check her pulse. Oh, I'm so paranoid. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am gonna go now. I am also gonna put my hair in a little ponytail. It stops me from touching my hair every day, and it stops my hair from getting greasy. So yeah, I hope you liked this little video. If you did, definitely let me know in the comments, because I would love to hear your opinion about this. And for now, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and I hope you are well, and I hope things are getting back to normal again soon, and I hope I'll get more motivation soon and post more videos on YouTube. Okay, bye. Bye, 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 bye. I'm gonna walk the dog.